No, we've got to do our pre-today on Banter a little bit first. Uh, I don't really have anything to banter about.
Hmm.
Which, actually, the first episode was him too. I didn't know what you were expecting, but this ain't it.
Yeah. The only thing going on in my life is Kingdom Come Deliverance.
I got some cum deliverance for you.
Oh. So, today on,
We've hidden your car keys. Tune in to find out where.
they're not in my butt.
You gonna introduce yourself?
I'm Aaron.
I'm Dee.
I am bad at introducing myself.
We're still getting used to this. We'll figure it out eventually, guys.
Yeah, probably.
Um,
Or it'll just stay the same goofy, awkward guys for the rest of time.
or oral goofy awkward guys. Yes, please. Um, so I next week, because I'm lazy, next week is guest episode with the girlies if we can get our shits together and get that shit scheduled. Um, as you are well aware, me and the girlies not good at coming up with a plan for anything. So, hey, sorry guys. I know you were excited about listening to a lot of loud girls talk about penises this week, but unfortunately, it's just me and Aaron talking about penises this week.
Yay.
Um, also flirting with each other because unfortunately, I am fucking absolutely in love with this guy. And
She,
shit,
she felt as if she was surrounded by a redwood forest of penises.
I gotta tell you, as someone who has been to dirty, dirty sex clubs, being in a redwood fort, that's a South Park reference, guys, for those of you who weren't around in the early OOs. Um, no, this is later South Park. So what, like 2010s?
No, it was before Mr. Garrison knew he was gay.
This is true. So yeah, earlier OOs. Um, as someone who's been to dirty, dirty sex clubs, being surrounded by a forest of penises, not actually that fun. I'm not. So with my ADHD, there's just too many penises going on.
Can't decide where to look, what to put where.
Yeah, it's awful. And then they do have those like dark back rooms with no lights at a lot of them, and that's always interesting because I'm a pretty visual person. I enjoy looking at and seeing things, and I enjoy being able to see my partner's face and the reaction. So I don't know if I actually want to talk about all this on the podcast because this is really graphic. Um, but in the dark back room of the dirty, dirty sex clubs, you can't really see anything, and it's all just like physical touch and sound, and it's an interesting experience. What
There's a bowl on the floor, a bowl we use regularly.
lays it? I
It
get that.
is for drugs.
We can't let people, especially since like my coworkers and possibly my boss listen to this. We we cannot let people think that we do drugs, uh, especially not as many drugs as we do.
It is a small porcelain bowl that we use to divvy out our medical drugs that we
Um,
use to keep us sane.
it's Corel, and normally I don't advertise for people unless they pay me, but I absolutely love Corel's dishware because as clumsy as both of us are, Um, shit's unbreakable until it breaks, and then it shatters into a bajillion fucking pointy pieces. But for the most part, shit's unbreakable. You can throw it on the ground, throw it against a wall. Don't ask me how I know that you can throw Perel dishes against a wall and they don't
Can
break.
you hit it with a rock?
I'm not sure. It's a special kind of ceramic,
Hmm.
so I think it's kind of the same as like throwing a spark plug at a car window and it exploding,
Yeah.
where like it just takes a special to break it, but it works well. So we ended up with these Corel bowls because my mom does the same thing. She has these tiny little bowls that are, um, I don't know, because this isn't like a sauce bowl because it's a little too big, but it's too small for like anything else. Oh, like at a Chinese food restaurant when they give you the tiny bowl of soup, but just a little bit smaller.
Yes.
So my mom does the same thing, and she uh, has a bunch of those. So every time I go visit her, I steal another tiny bowl and I put it in my carry-on and I bring it back to wherever I'm living at the time because I've lost a couple. Like I think my stepmom has one right now because I gave one to her. So I stole another one when I went to visit my mom because she's just going to get more. She has, enough money that she could replace her dishes every other week if she wanted to. So it's not, I don't feel guilty. Also, because of the way my mom and I's relationship is, whenever I need something and she has it, suddenly I have it. Um,
Yeah. And she may listen to this at some point, but she's not going to care.
I haven't told her about starting the podcast, not because I'm ashamed of it, but because if she did listen to it, it would lead to a lot of awkward conversations that I don't want to have. Um, my mother and I have a good relationship now, and I'm not ashamed of myself or the things that I say. But talking about these things with your mother is entirely different, especially with the mother that I have, because she's very proper. And she's the one that has always believed in like doing things a certain way, doing behaving a certain way, unless you are absolutely required to act like a Karen, which she will also do, but only when appropriate. She's not just a regular Karen.
Hmm.
So knowing the stuff that I say and the thought and the unfiltered thoughts that I have, because I filter things from my mom. Everyone does. Knowing the stuff that I say in this podcast and that I'm just letting all of my unfiltered ADHD thoughts just fucking fall out of my mouth. I don't think she would enjoy it.
Hmm. I need to ask my sister if she's listened to any of our podcasts.
So yeah, that's the thing is that your sister and your mom, probably will find all of this fucking hilarious
Yeah.
because they're not stuck up nuts.
Yeah. Also, I need to ask my cousin if he can listen to my podcast because he'd probably just put it on in the background even if he's not going to listen to it. And we need to game those views, bump up our numbers, get reach.
Yeah, I haven't been doing so I've been meaning to make a teaser for TikTok and I'm just so lazy.
And
And
now that teaser is 2 episodes old.
I know. One of my coworkers was talking to me about it because she does like marketing and media and she has like a huge Instagram following. She's actually like kind of a super good influencer. And she was like, you need to like start doing your reels and stuff. And I was like, I don't want to. It seems hard.
Reels.
Yeah.
We can't touch reels.
I know she doesn't understand. Like I think she gets it, but she doesn't. But like, she doesn't have the same like convictions about not using meta products that I do.
Mm-hmm.
And for her, it's understandable because most of the people that she is
I know.
trying to reach are Instagram people.
Yeah, she has a large following on Instagram. She can't really abandon that.
Yeah. We don't have a large following anywhere. I think we have like 50, 50 people on TikTok. So
I've got like 50 people on my personal TikTok.
I know. It's probably because I'm not this this podcast is so low effort for me.
Like 30 of those 50 people on my podcast are bot accounts that are trying to scam me, but I just let them stay there for the follower count.
I mean, I let the bot accounts stay because a lot of them are big old fake titties, and as we've come to know, even though I identify as a gay man, my sexuality is a little bit of a moving target, and so some big old fake titties are just damn.
I had one of those big old fake titty accounts message me, and she was like, "How old are you?" I'm like, "I'm 12."
Mm.
And she's like, "Oh, cool. What have you been up to?" I'm like, "School." And then she stopped messaging me.
Um,
Or it probably wasn't even a woman.
I love messing with the scammers and the bot accounts because I'm on Grinder, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
and
You're on Grinder?
yeah,
When did this happen?
I've had Grinder since it came out.
Is that where all these strange dudes come from? You sleep with strange dudes?
Yeah,
This is news to me.
I don't know how this is news to you, but unless you're so oblivious to the dudes that are railing me while you're playing video games in the same room.
You know I don't pay attention to anything besides video games.
This podcast is supposed to be about how much we love each other and giving the illusion that we have a perfect relationship, and I'm not going to break that for our listeners.
Hmm.
I'm not gonna let them see the scary stuff that happens inside my head. Um, just because it's like 5 minutes of me just making noises about how much I don't want to start a fight with you right now.
Right. And I always leave my headphones half off or use a speaker so I can listen to you.
I know you have gotten so much better since we first met about being more attentive to me. You've also gotten a lot better since we first met than realizing when I'm overstimulated and need to be left alone. And
Also, you let me have my computer in the bedroom now so I can hang out with you while I'm on my computer.
well, yeah, that was my mistake was trying to make you put your computer somewhere else, and then realizing that if your computer was in a different room, you would never be around. So now everything that we do is in the same room: eat, sleep, computer. If I could put a toilet in here, I would. I would put it right next to your desk.
Ah,
Just and just hard eye contact the whole time too.
I would not be able to poop with you in the room.
Look at me. Look at me.
Like, not even a curtain would work for me.
I know you had trouble pooping when we were living in the RVs with the very thin door that you could hear everything through.
Yeah. I had a lot of backed upness when Brandon was living with us.
The living in the RV was actually to me, I found that enjoyable. I would have liked a nicer RV that we could have sat up in bed. Uh,
Yes.
but I really enjoyed the concept of being able to like if I want to move, I just unplug the house and I move somewhere and all of my stuff is already there.
Also, an RV that's allowed in more places.
Oh, yeah. I mean our RV Brandon bought it for us, and we were kind of within a budget, so it wasn't probably the best choice, but we also didn't know that at the time. Um, but you know, uh, for somebody who doesn't do things like outside of their comfort zone very often, hopping in an RV and moving across the country was a very big thing for him.
Yeah.
So I just kind of wanted to make it work the best that I could.
And then everything went wrong. I mean, not everything that could have went wrong, but so many things.
Well, yeah, like the walls didn't fall off, but the engine exploded.
Yeah. The AC went out and the dogs almost overheated. We had to find interesting ways to keep them cool.
Oh yeah, like just putting one of them in the sink and letting our precious fresh water just run over him so that he would cool off.
Or misting the big one with a spray bottle.
Just yeah, let's take my shaggy haired dog who has heat issues just like me, and let's drive through the desert in an RV with no air conditioning.
Right. It was doubly uncomfortable for Haley because normally the spray bottle is to get their attention and they don't enjoy being sprayed by the spray bottle.
We Yeah, that was a trip that I would have liked to do better, and someday I might actually convince him to do it better in like a newer RV that's so we can actually all enjoy ourselves.
Yeah. More of a vacation style rather than an abandoning everything and, you know, moving.
I do, and that's something that I'm never going to get over is my need to just like abandon everything and move every few years.
We just did it recently, about a year ago.
Let's see, we've been together not 9 years, and I've done it with you what twice now.
Let's see. First time was from Indiana to supposed to be California, but we made it to Las Vegas and stayed there for roughly a year. And we finished to California. And then we had to abandon that. It wasn't like a choice. We didn't make it a year in California before we were forced to get back to Kansas.
I mean, we weren't really forced to move back to Kansas, but you wanted to be closer to your grandmother while she was in the nursing home, which is understandable. Um, and I mean, I'm kind of happy that we did that because you got a lot of time with her that you otherwise wouldn't have had.
Yeah. But we were forced to move out of the RV. And I didn't like really want to stay in the main house, but we came back and we ended up having to stay in here anyway.
Yeah. it's okay though.
Yeah. Now that we've got the bigger room.
Yeah, just you, me, and the two dogs that we had at the time in that tiny room. No, we had no,
So,
we did have three,
yeah, Harold came from Kansas.
and that room is 10 by 10, and that just wasn't doing it.
Yeah.
But now we're in basically our room is basically the size of a studio apartment now
Yeah. And we have a nice little backyard type area where we can let the dogs roam for a little bit.
with mulch because uh as a middle class white woman, everything I own must be have surrounded by mulch.
The toilet,
Mulch,
the stove.
mulch.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's the red mulch because the brown mulch is boring and basic.
Also, you can't see poop in brown mulch.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can see poop in the tan mulch. That's just the dog part.
Yeah, but that's like super light, and that's the color I wanted, but they didn't have it at Home Depot.
So we just discovered that apparently I was the asshole at the dog park not picking up his dog's poop because,
No, I think we started with you trying to pick it up, but then I ended up doing it.
well,
I
yeah,
was thinking,
but like for the first however long when I was supposed to be picking it up, and then I had,
I see.
um,
No, you tried. You
but,
didn't just leave it there.
but I got so distracted that, ew. Um, because you're not like the social butterfly that I am. So I want to talk to all the people at the dog park. Like I'm not there for the dogs like you are. I'm there for a little bit of social interaction. And that's probably another part aside from being tired. That's another part of why we have been going is because I have social interaction at work now, and that's just enough for me.
Also, the time change really threw it off because you were getting home like 10 minutes before sunset.
Which I mean I love our dog park people because we took a while to find the right one. And we go to the one. So there's one near our house, but it's mostly like people with small dogs and soccer moms with Stanley cups, and those aren't my people.
Hmm.
I have small dogs. I have a Stanley cup. I am not a small dog Stanley cup person. It it's in the middle of like one of the upper class neighborhoods around here. It's still a public dog park, but not my kind of people.
Right.
So we go to the one that's a little further away in one of the older neighborhoods, and the people there are just more real. Like the first time we went, my favorite person there cracked it truly and said the N word, and she's black, so she can say it, but she just uh, cracking it truly, casually dropping the N bomb on new people. That's my kind of people.
Right.
So you know, nobody there has like anything to like try to. I mean, they could. They all have like super interesting lives that are like fully faceted, unlike mine. Um, but like nobody there's trying to like one up each other. It's just like, hey, we're all people, and this is how it is.
Right. Should we take a break for a minute and let them go outside?
I guess.
It's been a little bit. And we're back. We just had to take a break because our dog was whining. I thought he wanted to go outside, but it turns out he filled his kennel with vomit.
And then, being someone with ADHD, I moved one thing, and suddenly 20 projects came out of that. Um, so now half of our bedroom has been reorganized.
Sounds great. It does look better. Like
Getting
much better.
treats.
Treats. I'll be right back. So that project turned out really well. It's strange that we decided to do it mid-recording, but that's how things work.
Oh, you know, when you have attention deficit, suddenly getting distracted from the one thing that you were doing becomes a huge project. I mean, it is something that like relatively. Oh, we're using baby wipes to clean our hands.
Because we're classy.
Um,
I also use them to clean my armpits because I'm classy.
that is something that you learn when you start having friends that are parents. Is that baby wipes are good for everything? I use them to fucking clean everything now. But yeah, when you have ADHD, sometimes sudden random projects happen, and then you can't really stop yourself. There are disadvantages to like just our entire lives being in one room. Mostly because it's kind of hard to organize our lives into one room. But also, I'm really super hesitant to get any kind of like external storage because I have some hoarding tendencies, and I don't want to do that to myself because then every time I drop everything and move across country, I have to like kind of face not only having to get rid of like giant chunks of my life, but also how much money I spent on stupid shit. I love collecting things, and I'm a maximalist. It's not a secret. There's no way around it. So,
I'm
uh,
rather I'm rather minimalist, but I've got a digital lifestyle.
um, so I collect things, and we still have our shipping container back in Kansas that I have yet to have brought here. I need to do that, but I just don't feel like spending the money on it. But it's got all of my like important digital things in it too. Like my NAS and my server and all of that are still in Kansas. And I'd like to have those back, especially now that we're doing this, and I need more storage space to save like audio clips and stuff. Brought to you by G Fuel.
We're not sponsored. We're just trying it out and seeing. We didn't get this product for free.
I'm trying it out because I switched to Mio Energy, and it was again, none of these products are sponsored. They're not giving me any money. If you guys want to throw me some money, awesome. I switched to Mio Energy, and it was working okay, but it wasn't quite as powerful as I needed. Being someone who drinks 8 monsters a day, not just Monster,
And
Bang.
and that's why you have kidney stones
That
every
is why I
day.
have kidney stones, and they're awful. I don't 0 of 10 do not recommend. But so as somebody who's been abusing caffeine basically my entire life,
Since you were 4 years old.
I was up to like 8 monsters a day, kidney stones all the time, and that's just it's a really expensive, unsustainable habit.
Yes.
So I started to try other things. I tried, just like straight up caffeine pills. Those work, but they're not like metered, and I need to be able to meter my caffeine intake. And then
Oh, you just crush it up and sprinkle it into your drink.
I was trying the Mio Energy, and it's not quite strong enough. So 2 weeks ago, we were at Walmart, and Paris Hilton's energy drinks, the mixes were on sale,
Well, the cup was on sale too, but
and I already broke the cup, which devastating to me because I actually really enjoyed it.
are they
So
going out of business?
I don't think so, but it was working pretty well. I was able to like meter how much it was, pre-dosed. It was the right size for the bottle. I was able to meter throughout the day and like, make sure that my caffeine intake was because entire life so tired. And now we're finding out that, lupus. So wow, big shock. No wonder I was fucking fatigued my entire life.
Yes.
And I'm dreading that doctor's appointment.
When's it coming up? 2014?
It's on the 14th, but I'm not super like excited about it because, American doctors like, oh, okay. So all of your tests look fine. Obviously you're just fat. Okay. Let's do more tests than the super basic ones. Oh, okay. Well, now I have tests that, say I have lupus, and she's going to be like, I don't think it's that. I think you're just fat. And I'm going to be like, okay. So first, are we, what is this? What are we doing here? And I'm just tired and I don't want to deal with it, but I want something to be done. So,
How do
but
how do you even deal with lupus? Like, I know it's not like curable.
it's another chronic condition. So, just stacking chronic conditions next to my HIV and my sleep apnea. But there's a lot of different medications that can help with it. Prednisone is supposed to help with a lot of the inflammation, which should help with like all of the pain.
Inflammation also takes a lot of energy.
It does. I don't know what you're supposed to do about like the fog, the mental fog, and the fatigue.
Hmm.
Um, because I haven't done that much research into it because I'm just overwhelmed in every aspect of my life. So adding another thing right now is just not it for me.
Mm. I was just kind of thinking about the treatment of the mechanics of the treatment,
Yeah.
not the treatment of. mechanics.
No, it's unfortunately another thing where you just kind of treat the symptoms.
Yeah. So you don't like hobble your immune system?
You can, but I have HIV, so that's
Yeah.
not something that we necessarily want to do.
I mean, if the HIV is under control, then hobbling your immune system to like a reasonable level.
Yeah, and I read a couple studies, and the problem is that there are very, very few people with lupus and HIV,
Hmm.
so it's really hard to do studies. And so, unfortunately, as somebody who likes information, there's just not a lot to go on in general.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
But it is what it is. We'll figure it out.
You'd
So
like have to basically do your own research, right? Just like cross referencing.
I do my own research. Um,
You're not a physician. You're not a clinician.
yeah, but I did my own research by watching this one YouTube video. Uh, and it said that these are the things, and you did. I don't care that I have no scope of reference to understand all of these things. I did my own research.
YouTube said if I swallow 27 neodymium magnets, I won't have to deal with lupus anymore.
Mm, if you swallow 27 neodymium magnets and then you don't get medical attention because of those magnets, you won't have to deal with a lot of things anymore. An atheist would say that you won't have to deal with anything anymore. I'm Catholic, so I think that you're just probably going to have to deal with different things that may be worse.
Technically, it's not the slide
So,
because you thought it was going to cure you.
yeah, I know. Um, but my version of heaven uh, uh, doesn't look kindly at like willful ignorance.
No, you're just a victim of misinformation. Speaking of which, South Park beat the shit out of misinformation.
Man, I hate that we live in a world where South Park is starting to look pretty normal. Like it used to, you remember back in the day, some of those storylines seemed like they were really out there and like couldn't happen and they were, exaggerations. And now you wake up in the morning and you're like, do I live in South?
Cherokee hair tampons. Sounds reasonable.
Yeah, we live in a world where reason has, for the larger part, gone out the window and it hurts. It hurts me on the inside and the outside sometimes.
Yeah, from banging your head against the wall, and the desk, and the floor, and a tree.
Oh my God, it's like that old saying, why do I keep hitting myself in the head with a hammer? Because it feels so good when I stop. Um, the problem, the problem is the fucking hammers don't stop coming these days.
Right.
I'm not the one hitting myself in the head with a hammer. They're being thrown at me, and I can't dodge a wrench. I can dodge.
There's an old cure for pain. Like if your foot hurts, somebody finds out which foot hurts and then steps on the other one.
Oh yeah, that's a very New England thing to do. Like, oh, your head hurts. You want me to break your finger? Most times, no. Sometimes when I have a bad enough migraine, it seems like it might not be a bad idea.
Right.
But
You would get a lot of adrenaline.
oh my God, that's the coughing is just awful. And now I'm learning that apparently lupus can interact with your lungs too.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not. I'm gonna have to quit vaping, I think,
Yeah.
but I don't want to because nicotine is all I have.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll quit with you.
We cannot both quit nicotine at the same time. That's that's how a felony happens.
Should I
I don't
go first?
I don't know because last time I know that if I tried to quit nicotine, I am going to be just a fucking royal terror for who knows how long.
Mm-hmm.
But you, um, you tried before,
Yeah, I
and
was off for like a good month or two.
yeah, and it was horrible for me, and that's why I made you start again. Your attitudes were just so, and I know it wasn't your fault, but holy shit, like trying to quit anything's awful. That's why I don't want you to do drugs. So I found a pre-workout on Amazon and I mentioned it earlier. I'm not going to mention it again because we're not sponsored and I don't want it to sound like an ad.
Pre workouts can make you very shaky.
Yeah, so I have not been shaky from caffeine in years.
No, it's not just caffeine.
Well, this one has, I checked, I looked at the ingredients list and this one is It doesn't have a lot of like the other extra stuff that a lot of pre-workouts do. This one is basically it says it's a pre-workout so that they don't have to be monitored by the FDA, but it's basically just powdered energy drink.
Hmm. So they
And
don't have to be considered a supplement.
yeah, so they don't have to be considered a supplement. But it seems to be working pretty well. And the cost per serving is very, very low compared to like buying 8 monsters a day.
Yeah, it's what, like 50 cents, 40 servings. It's like 20 something bucks.
Yeah, it's like $25 and there's 40 servings. I'm not a math Asian, so I'm just gonna say that it's like 50 cents a serving.
65 ish.
Whatever. So if I drink 8 a day, that's like what, $2
8 servings a day.
times 65 cents.
Yeah, that'd be like $5.
Uh, But I mean, I get a lot more than like even if I go to the gas station and get the fountain energy drink and like the biggest cup is like two something,
2XL.
the 2XL, which is like $2.80 something. So I usually only try to buy two of those a day to save money.
Yeah.
And
And that's only like what, 3, 4 servings of your pre workout?
I think it's like three. It would be equal to about 3 servings. Because this is this handy little science bottle that mixes everything for me electrically because I'm a 50s housewife, so I live better electrically. Um,
Also, this is not the purpose we bought that bottle for.
no, we bought so no, we can tell him why we bought this bottle. Um, we go through an inordinate amount of lube, just so much lube, and Uh, you bought that lube powder, which is veterinary grade lubricant for horses, but it comes in powder.
It's J Lube. It's for humans.
I didn't want to mention the brand because we're not
Oh
advertising.
no, it's not J Lube. It's something else.
Yeah, and when I looked it up on Amazon, it's for horses. I think J-Lube is for a car. Um, and I'm not a car. I'm a mean machine, but I'm not a car. Looking for a driver who is qualified. If you think you can handle these curves, step into my ride. I'm a fine-tuned supersonic speed machine with a sunroof top and a gangsta lean.
Well, this lube is never going to see a horse.
I should hope not. So we bought the drink mixing bottle because we go through a lot of lube. And
And it hurt my arm to shake that much lube.
yeah, so you take the powder, you mix it with water, and shaking it wasn't working for us. I bought this, but the lube is too thick for it.
Yes.
So it wouldn't actually like mix it. So we just had clumpy lube, which interesting and fun sometimes, but not what I need every day. and but it works great for my energy drinks.
Yeah, for its intended purposes.
We
Isn't it supposed to be for shakes anyway?
yeah, it's supposed to be for shakes, but the lube was pretty thick
And viscous.
and viscous, and it kind of did that thing that like Oobleck does. You know that when you mix cornstarch with water, where
It's a non Newtonian fluid.
non-Newtonian fluid. Science. There you go. We did our one educational thing this episode.
Have we flirted yet?
I,
Hey, baby. Nice your lips.
honey, I am not in the mood to flirt today.
Oh, don't worry. I just got it out of the way. We're good.
My lupus hurts. So we, I had to specifically buy one of those personal blenders, kind of like the Ninja, but the Walmart brand, because I'm not spending $150 on a personal blender to mix lube. but, but
That one doesn't have a safety, so we just run it until it smells hot and then give it a break.
yeah, and it worked really well. Um, and then you transfer the lube from the mixing bottle into the soap dispenser. So, listeners, fun fact: we have one of those soap dispensers like in a bathroom at the gas station next to our bed
With a nifty little hand pump.
with a nifty little hand pump, but it's full of lube. You know, the kind that hangs on the wall and you push the button until the soap comes out. Yeah, that's our lube dispenser. We use it.
Surprisingly, it's not leaky.
Surprisingly, it's not leaking. It's always there. We haven't knocked it over one time. Pro tip: if you use a lot of lube, and you have no shame, bathroom soap dispenser that hangs on a wall, stick it by your bed. We tried one of those little soap dispensers, like the automatic one that you put your hand under and it squirts. but it was really drippy.
Yes.
Um,
And it would activate at random times.
yeah, so
Like any shadow runs across it, it would just spray lube everywhere, like
yes,
an octopus.
it was just that was awful.
Or is it a squid?
It was just you're thinking of a
Squiddy.
squid, yeah.
Yeah.
So that was uncomfortable and unfortunate because then you'd wake up and there'd just be like lube in random places that you didn't put there. So yeah. So sometimes when you do uh a lot of sexual stuff, you need a lot of lube. And that's why you go on Amazon and you buy the powder that you make your own. And that bottle has lasted quite some time.
Yeah, like 8 months.
No, we bought that before we moved here. We had that in no. Oh, okay.
We bought that when we were over there.
Did we?
I think so.
Okay.
Awesome. Yeah, because we would have lost it on the way here.
That's true. That's true. Because of all of the things that I was keeping track of not losing, the lube would have been like the thing that uh fell off my radar.
Yeah.
It is inconvenient because now I don't have a little bottle of lube for the car anymore.
Hmm.
Which I mean,
I'd always just run to Walmart and grab one of the, you know, $2 bottles of Equate.
and I'm not. So I'm gonna put the disclaimer on this that I'm an adult, so I'm not having sex in cars. That's a lot of work. I'm not flexible enough for that. I definitely don't need those charges if somebody catching us is having sex in a car. But I do keep lube like in the glove compartment so that if I go meet someone and they're unprepared, I can just run back out to the car and grab it. It's also a great excuse to be able to run back out to the car if I don't want to sleep with that person when I get there.
How are so many tops so unprepared?
I don't know. I think they think that it comes pre-lubes
Ha.
or that it lubes itself. And I learned that apparently there are some gay men that, well, I mean, like in general, I guess the butthole is supposed to lubricate itself. So there
But
are
not like at that level.
not at that level. Um, you know, I guess you don't want like dryness when you're excreting.
Yeah, you don't want chapped lips.
But I guess there are some gay men out there that it's sufficient for that, and I'm not one of them.
Like they have a mild overproduction.
Yeah.
So earlier, talking about our lube habits, I thought about that one picture where they just have, an industrial barrel, a 55-gallon barrel of just labeled anal lube. I'm sure it was a setup.
Yeah, if I rate a porn studio, I might be buying 55. I'm too close. This is why I have this so that I could see myself on the monitor. Um, if I ran a porn studio, I guess a 55-gallon drum might make sense.
Yeah. But I don't I don't see like a 55-gallon drum just being labeled anal lube.
Well, no, it would be labeled like personal lubricant or something. That definitely was for the gag.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when you are watching something and somebody's just got a random Crisco can next to their bed.
Yeah.
Um,
Because Crisco doesn't work great, does it?
well, so for the down and dirty, not so much. If you're doing certain activities, Crisco does work well for that because it's thick and it doesn't dry out.
Oh yeah. Oh, so like prolonged activities.
Yeah, but I am not a
Like
purveyor of those activities
like
because,
plugs.
well, not well. It's more for like the hand gesture, ha- 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 doing a hand gesture of like a hand going through a small hole right now. Um,
Yeah, like the Italian kiss
yeah,
with
but
the
that
hand.
you shove the Italian kiss through small area. So Crisco's great. Great. Well, I won't say great. It's just good for that. But
Silicone's even better.
that's not a thing I do because I like to keep it tight. Um,
Yeah.
and that's I know that you can come back from that, but also what if I enjoy it too much? And then I'm just like, what if I enjoy it too much and then I ruin it and now I'm just walking around with like a big gaping butthole everywhere.
how how would you even take care of that? Like, would you have to wear protection so you don't just like drop stuff on the floor?
I, I don't know, and I don't want to find out. Um, obviously I'm in those subreddits, but not I'm not like an active participant.
It's just something fun to watch every once in a while.
Yeah, it's just occasionally when you're scrolling Reddit and one of those posts comes up, I guess I could do more research, but it's just not my cup of tea.
Yeah. I think for those people who participate in a healthy way, like do it and then recover, and then, it's not like an every night thing. It's just special occasions like once every couple of weeks after it tightens back up.
Yeah, but you know how I am and how I have no chill. So when eh, I would get in, it would just constantly be like just standing in Walmart with your arm up there. Which that's another thing that I don't get is people that wear butt plugs out of the house. I only want to be sexual when I want to be sexual, and that's not going to Walmart. I also don't find them incredibly comfortable.
Yeah.
So I don't understand how, and someone can probably explain why. I'm not wearing a butt plug to Walmart.
Well, for some people, it's like being able to be in public without, exposing other people to it. Like, you got to keep other people out of it, so they're not like just running around flashing people, but they're doing something in public that nobody knows.
That's true.
And I don't know if that violates, the consent to participate.
Yeah, because I mean, all of those people are kind of like unwillingly participating, and they don't know, and they have no way of reasonably knowing, but you're still making them like an unknowing participant in your kink.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the wearing vibrating panties to a restaurant thing, which I get how that could be fun, but also it's like in When Harry Met Sally, you know, just have you seen that movie?
I'm not, I'm not sure. What's it about?
So, it's an antique movie from the olden days, and the the whole premise is just these two getting to know each other. But in one scene, they're having a conversation in a restaurant, and the whole like concept of faking orgasms comes up. So right in the middle of the restaurant, she fakes one just to prove that, women do it a lot.
Hmm.
And that's another one of those like that wasn't necessarily about the kink. That was proving a point.
Yes.
But doing something makes like that makes people an unwilling participant in your kink.
Yes. But some people have like, it's the thrill of the possibility of getting caught. Like, even if it's not going to happen, possibility of it happening is exciting, I
Yeah.
guess.
Uh, I've been there. That was me for a little while. Um, and I get it. But also, like, there's just some stuff that people want to do that I'm like, I'm not here to kink shame. I'm just here to kink ask why.
Yeah.
Why are you into that? Makes no sense.
Yeah.
Not here for it.
I just don't know where the line is between, like walking around Walmart in just a diaper and having a hidden butt plug. Where's the line where it becomes wrong?
I think that's a hard line to draw. That's going to be different for every person. You have those people that look at us showing any kind of public display of affection and think that it's wrong for us to do that in public.
Yes.
But straight people kissing in public is perfectly fine with them.
Right.
So it's a hard line to draw. It's an even harder line to like figure out where other people's line is. I personally just wouldn't wear a butt plug in public because it's uncomfortable and it's not for me.
Also, the butt plug in public thing, for some people, it's not really about the publicness of it. It's more keeping their butt in a shape that they want.
Yeah, but like I guess there are the guys that enjoy like the loose hole.
Hmm.
I keep mine super tight. Like again, constantly doing the kegels.
There's also training plugs that are like rather small, but you just use them to start to get used to it.
I was doing my kegels at work the other day. I was just kind of staring at my monitor. Um, there was a document in front of me, so it kind of looked like I was doing something. But my boss walked up and he was like, "Hey, what you doing?" And I was like, the working, obviously." So that's another thing that you have to be careful with doing it because
I'm doing it right now.
me too. It's I like to be able to focus, but I don't understand the enjoyment of like the loose. I like some friction
Yeah.
when I'm in the position to be the one on top. So I assume that other guys enjoy some friction too.
hmm
I worked really hard to learn how to be able to like clamp down while you're sticking it in so that it seems tight.
Well, for that part, I think it's less about the feeling of it and more about the idea of it. Like, you're a loose little boy, and that excites me because I know you get around.
I just
Whatever.
came.
Uh, do we leave that in?
Sure. Okay. Why not?
Okay.
This is where I remind people that this is the tame version of what we say. The stuff that we cut out to put on Patreon. Oh my God.
Right.
And it's not up there yet because lazy, low effort. I want to get like, I don't know, 20 views a week before I actually start to do all of the extra work. But
And at least one Patreon subscriber.
yeah, I'm not putting the shit out there until at least one person commits to giving me $5 a month.
Right. Sometimes I just get the urge to just like stretch my skin around my eyes and just,
Sometimes I get the urge to see what my revolver tastes like, but I haven't tried that yet.
you know, when I think of Revolver, I think big and meaty. Technically, I mean, not technically, literally, yours is a revolver.
Well,
It just doesn't fit the aesthetic for me.
oh yeah, no, I know it doesn't fit the aesthetic for you, but I have my revolver because it fits the aesthetic for me of being a 1920s lady detective.
No, I mean, it's decent, but it doesn't fit the aesthetic of the name Revolver.
Oh, okay, I get that. I get that. But no, I have my teeny tiny little revolver because I'm a 1920s lady detective
Mhm.
who, I have to have a tiny gun so it fits in my purse. And then, you know, that way I can manage it better when I'm running in heels.
Or, or so it doesn't make a bulge under your bra.
Yeah, can't have uneven titties. I'm
No, y'all, that's my panty rifle.
that's I just that's another one of the things that I dream of is I want to be a 1920s lady detective, just kind of like running around being smarter than all the men's, but using my feminine wiles and acting like I'm not smarter than the men's,
Right,
so that they don't know that I'm really figuring out the mystery in the background.
right. You can't insult the men you're investigating or investigating for.
And then like also, ooh, oh no, my leg is showing.
Ah,
Did you commit the murder though?
oh, ankles. Oh, I killed the man.
Which, I'm an I like to think that I'm a pretty intelligent person that's good at connecting dots. I do love data. So I think I would have made a really good, like, 1920s lady detective.
I have schizophrenia, so I connect the wrong dots.
Yeah. And so you would not have made a really good 1920s lady detective. You would have been like a 1920s
No, I,
asylum patient.
I can, I can be your coffee runner, assistant, and whatever.
Yeah, I guess, I mean, that's most of what you do now. So
Wait, you asked for coffee? I got you horse spooge.
stop. You can't do that when I'm drinking. Great. Now everything's sticky.
Sorry.
Probably because of the horse spooge. Sir, this is a Wendy's.
Where did Wendy's even get a horse?
It's meat,
Uh,
allegedly.
allegedly.
Oh God, that's something. So next week, we're gonna have to make sure that we know that the girlies like know not to mention names or specifics, and if you're gonna say something defamatory about someone, you need to start it and end it with allegedly, um,
Right.
because like
A small amount of people believe.
it's I don't know what's that gonna be, episode 6?
I don't know. What episode are we on? 2?
And no, I think this is episode 5.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I just finished editing episode 4 like 5 minutes ago.
So this is episode 5. So episode 6 is hopefully going to be the one with the girlies if we can make scheduling work for all of us, and I can figure out how to record from 4 different microphones on this thing.
Right.
Um,
You've got to study voice meter.
yeah. I'm hoping that they can like follow the rules for that. I don't know how we're gonna keep it to. We might actually be able to cheat and stop halfway through, and then continue on and get 2 episodes, and then I get to take a week off from talking, and you can do whatever you want.
I see.
So
Maybe I'll teach you how to edit.
so yeah, they're all really excited about this. I am too because they we have, and it's going to be a surprise. I'm not telling anyone yet what like the premise of that episode is.
Hmm.
I know I've talked to you about it, but it's going to be a surprise for the listeners what we're talking about, and we've got some really good ideas for it.
Hmm.
It's gonna be fun and dirty and heartwarming and dirty and just a little bit alcohol induced. I don't drink, so that's fine. But because the girlies can throw down,
Also,
and
you're going to have to drive.
and I know I could not keep up.
Me either.
I
I'm not even going to try.
which I mean, like my disinterest in alcohol comes from the like being in control of myself uh, issues that I have. So I'm not even going to try.
And exacerbated by a certain someone.
Yeah. Exacerbated by a certain someone. And then, knowing that my dad has issues with addiction. And then, so it's one of those things that I worry about it. And it's easier for me to just not.
Yeah.
Just like I know that both of your parents have issues with addiction, but I don't want you to like not have fun. So it's one of those things that I've been working on, like trying to Um, but then you do stuff like, hey, can I drink some of this? And then a bottle of wine sits on your desk for like a month and a half, and I'm like, okay, yeah, he's safe for now. We'll see.
Could be that that's not enough wine to do anything for me and I didn't want to open yours.
Why would you put those thoughts in my head? That's that is one of those things. Like we have some alcohol, not like a lot, but we have some alcohol, and I keep buying it, thinking that I'll drink it, and then I just don't.
Hmm.
Um,
I know I could drink it, but
like I was super excited when I found that American honey, and I haven't even popped the top on it.
hmm.
And then when I went to my mom's house, I bought bourbon, and it was Bullet. It was the one that I always buy because it goes down so smooth
Hmm.
and it's reasonably priced.
Yeah. They
Hey,
didn't have it the last time we were trying to buy bourbon.
hey, Bullet, sponsor me. Um, but yeah, I think I had like one drink out of that, and now it's just sitting there, and it's just so I don't drink that often. Um, I'm kind of happy that they didn't have Bullet when we went to that party because somebody else had brought Bullet.
Oh, yeah.
Um, so I'm happy that we're white trash and showed up with a handle of Fireball.
Somebody enjoyed it.
Somebody enjoyed it.
I mean, everybody enjoyed it. We were doing shots of Fireball.
Um, which that's another. So I was talking to one of the girlies at work, and we were just kind of joking about like how much we all just need to get drunk in the parking lot at work. And she had mentioned that someone should bring a handle, and I was like, "You think I don't keep that thing on me?" She was like, "What do you mean?" And I was like, "I have a handle of Fireball in the trunk for emergencies." And she was like, "How do you drink Fireball?" And I was like, "Because I'm white trash.
Or, 16.
I am. I'm both.
White trash 16.
Yep. I'm a 16-year-old white trash trailer park
Um,
something."
I'm going to need a divorce. I can't be married to a 16-year-old.
Speaking of divorce, did we talk about last episode? So it's not a secret that my mom is well to do, and that I'm also going to be well to do someday when she dies, God forbid. But I was on the phone with her, and she was like, "Oh yeah, by the way, you need to have Aaron sign some." And I did double check in California, and inheritances aren't considered part of marital assets, so you wouldn't get shit anyways. But she was like, "Oh, you have to have Aaron sign something because when I die, if he leaves you, he can take half the money." And I was like, "What the fuck makes you think that he's gonna leave me?" First of all, and second of all, what do you mean if he leaves me? Why am I not the one that can leave?
Right.
Like what? What? And she was like, "Because you're stupid and you love him." I was like, fair enough. I'm stupid and I love my husband.
But loving your husband doesn't make you stupid.
No, I think loving my husband makes me a very lucky person,
Yes,
you know?
because some people don't love their spouse.
Yeah, like, I don't know, are straight people okay?
The old ball and chain.
Yeah. You hear straight people talk about their spouses like awful sometimes, and you're just like, why did you marry someone you don't like?
I'm sure if we, I'm unsure if we talked about this in a previous episode.
I don't know.
It might have been episode like pre-episode one
I
where we got all that footage.
I don't remember. Life has the days are all the same now to me anyways. They don't change anymore.
Yeah,
It's just the same day after the same day after. It's all muddled together. I really wish that we could start doing this on like a Wednesday so that I could have my Sunday free, but that's not in me at all because during the week when I get home from work, I'm just so tired.
yeah. And I would also like my Sunday free because it's my best friend's day off. That's when we can play a lot of video games.
Well, I don't know. We'll work on that. But anyways, um I think I think that's episode 5 in the bucket. A lot of talking, a lot of unresolved issues, a lot of half stories. 30-minute break to rearrange our bedroom, which comes from my mother. She is constantly moving things around because she doesn't like where anything is, and I have the telekinesis, but I usually just like things where they are.
Hmm. Keeps things from getting stale. It helps us not abandon everything and move away because it helps us feel fresh.
Yeah, and I like feeling fresh. Have you ever felt less than fresh down there? Uh,
What? No.
try. Oh, never mind. But episode 5 in the bucket. Season 1, episode 5. I don't know what the AI is gonna call this one. It's usually pretty good about it. Probably like
Talking about stretching butts and uh, um,
patreon.com/today on podcast. I'm Damien.
I'm Aaron.
Bye.
Bye.